Welcome back again, guys. Whoever's here, welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a AEL Division 6 match on the way, and it will be PV Galaxis taking on Avently Eclipse. Both teams trying to secure themselves playoff places. I will take a quick look at the current standings for the division when it loads, of course. Right, here we go. Where are we looking? Where are we looking? Oh, second versus third in the league on show for you tonight. So a big matchup between two of the top contenders in the division for sure. Oh, wait there. I'm reading there's two teams called Eclipse. So, PV Galaxis have a 5 wins and 4 losses record. Avently Eclipse, however, have a 1 win and 4 losses record. So still a few games to play for Avently. They've obviously not been racking in as many games as PV Galaxis, but hopefully a turn of events for them tonight. I do apologise. I read the scoreline for GXR Eclipse. Who are in second in the division and looking very strong indeed. But Avently Eclipse are the team on tonight. And, well, let's have a quick look at the maps now. Getting up for you, starting off life on Colossus. Sorry, Exposure. God, I'm getting everything wrong. What's wrong with me tonight? Got a lobby code as well. But yeah, starting things off on Exposure. And we'll have a double dose of Den as games 2 and 3. And then game 4 we'll be whipping round over to Scar. And if we do make it the distance, it'll be finishing things off on Raid, Search and Destroy. So quite a nice map set for the two teams to fight it out between themselves tonight. So, bear with me one moment, guys, whilst I get myself into the lobby. Here we go. There is one thing I do need to do, however. I have forgotten to add in so we'll do it quickly and then we'll get things rocking and rolling, guys. Any particular maps anyone's looking forward to? I always look forward to game 1. Game 1 always sort of gives you a feel for which teams are coming out hot and fast, firing off on all cylinders. You'll be looking for that. We have had a little bit of a change up on the roster of the PV Galaxis side. So Stabsy has now arrived at PV Galaxis to pair up with Novoan, who that AR duo could be deadly. And then working alongside them, you've got Johnny TV, who's really started to make a name for himself on the Guava channel. He was excellent last time we saw him. In fact, both times we have seen Johnny TV on the channel, he's been absolutely fantastic. He's the current Black Ops 7 kill streak leader with a 13 kill streak. How about some of that? So if you didn't see that 13 kill streak, you can see the sort of latter stages of it on my YouTube and also on my clips on Twitch. Please do feel free to go and have a look, because it was a special moment for him. Can he replicate his past performances tonight? Well, only time will tell. But if he can, there will be some very tough times on the map for Avently Eclipse. speaking of Avently Eclipse, it will be my first time casting this side, so it will definitely be a good time to get a look at them as they try and rally together to get a few wins in the bag back to back to back. They're going to have to play very, very well for the remainder of the season if they wish to see those playoffs places. Does today's win, if PV pick up the win, secure them playoffs? I'm not sure, but it'll definitely go a long way into helping them on that scenario. So, game number 1 is about to begin, ladies and gentlemen. Exposing a hard point. Any score predictions from our couple of people in the chat? Obviously, most people are taking note of the LAN event that is currently happening. We will have PV sporting the colour of blue in game number 1 as well. Absolutely spot on. And what we're going to do is go and start up the game with our away side tonight, Avently Eclipse. And Eagle spots out his first subject. It'll be the SMG versus Johnny. And Johnny's first 1v1, he comes out on top. Beautiful work from Johnny, slides in, gets the next. All the kills go in the way of Project Vapor Galaxis right now. Johnny's reverting back to that mid-cut area. And once again, he finds Arnie this time, gets his kill. And Stabsy will be ready at the trade. Stabsy actually trades on 2. He starts 3-0, make it 4-0. Stabsy's obviously coming in with the gunny today, and here's number 5 as well. Beautiful work out of Stabsy early on this one. All the points on P1 go in the way of Galaxis as well, and finally somebody will fell Stabsy. Bit of a team nade coming in from PV, but they are currently 3v1 scenario on the hard point. Finally, Royalty picks up the man who's right behind him. Neither of the players looking at each other for quite some time there. Royalty then sniffing out a respawn, someone on the pinch, sorry. And then absolutely slams Eagle in the midfield and gets himself a next onto Mexis. Beautiful work from PV at the start of this game, and a response is going to be needed rather soon from our team sporting the colour of red here. Eagle again on his way through the pinch. Novuan absolutely blind to it, and Eagle will pick up a 2-piece. He might get himself a 3rd here. Go on, Eagle. Unfortunately, Johnny will save the day just about. I mean, it was a close one. Gets a lot of damage into a temp as well. He's reloading after every kill. Definitely not needed there on the reload. He could have picked himself up a 2-piece. Thankfully, Royalty will clean up. All the scrap of P2 will go the way of Avently Eclipse, and now they're going to have to try and break into one of the hardest hills to break on the map. Thankfully, throwables available right now. No one has a trophy system as of yet, so get everything lobbed in through the window. Throw it all, why not? Johnny takes a lot of damage. He's then traded. And look at that, 3 straight in the feed. As soon as Avently Eclipse start to break on in, the man out the window gets the job done. Royalty's on 4 in a row, and that lead at the top of the screen has really been opened up by the PV side now. Over to P4, PV go, and will be a man quick and savvy across the midfield with Eagle, who wants to try and break through this P4 area, but the gunnies, somehow he's got the kill. I don't know how he's managed to get that work. I was going to say the gunnies all off, but still got the kill. Now they've got to try and find Stabsy's whereabouts in the back line. Job done. Spawn secured, and P4 in your favour. How long will the hold be? So PV can take their time with this. They are in the lead at the moment. They've got 20 points or so, call it 20 seconds before a lead change comes in, and every single player on PV has been sniffed out. There you go, the last man in the deep back will be picked off as well. A bit of carnage now to rubbed on the P4 area. Who's going to lock it down? Last man standing for PV will be Johnny. Somehow he takes one with him, but the spawn's favouring Avently Eclipse, and well, they've managed to hold down a fantastic P4 area there. And that was basically a full 60, bar a couple of seconds here and there. There you go, he did manage to pick Johnny off in the end, but a trade immediately in from Stabsy. Johnny and Royalty, Stabsy as well, all flying in the kills department early on here. Doesn't feel like PV have any read on the respawners at current, with no comms given on that Hellstorm. Surely you knew the locations of every single player in red, and it felt like nobody was looking towards them. Bit of a meme moment with the Hellstorm missile there, as they gave up P5 and the lead as well. Insane work from PV, who will get the next flurry of kills. Go on, Eagle, have a bit of that. Beautiful two-piece to keep himself around the P5 area. They may be able to progress this on towards a P1 as well. Do have current control of the mini-map, the mid-map, sorry. Oh, all hip fires from Mexis there. He's going to be able to get one on the next as well. Never mind, no he's not. Stabsy puts him down. But the P1 hold is evident right now from Eclipse. Big fight in the midfield. Nova One will be there to back it up. Johnny in round the back, and the last man will be in the window. Johnny trying to get the job done, doesn't hit any bullet at all, but fortunately Mexi's in the window. He's going to have to play down his life and wait for that chow around the back of P5 from Eagle, the jump up. Starting time to think about the P2 area, and Novawin is here already. I do like this, the early rotations from him. But the rotational gunfight's being won on the time of New by a temp, and he gets another one as well. That's fantastic work. And this will be a very, very good chance to extend that 40-point lead into something potentially massive here. How quick is the break from PV is the real question. Everybody running past each other, but Eagle coming out on top once again. He can't quite get the three-piece, but he did the damage. Johnny in on the time. He's then picked off. Trying to work his way through to that P3 area, and finally with 25 left, PV get 4 down in the feed. A very clean 4 down. I think that was 1 kill for every single player. Novawin is already sniffing out the respawn as he's got 1 in his sights. His position's given up. Will anybody pick up mid-cut now? Novawin tries to get the job done. Beautiful stun from Mexis as he progresses on towards P3. Big nade landing upstairs as well. Stabsy takes a lot of damage, and that nade, it really was perfect. Novawin will be next one in. Just about gets the double. Yeah, it's got the health regen as well here, but unfortunately loses sight of the man at question, and into P3 we go. I tell you what, Royalty's shooting rather straight, isn't he? 26 and 13, a 2 KD currently for the man. Johnny trying to catch him up as well. And the next, why not? 4 in a row, have a bit of that. 20 seconds remaining. Finally, the nade will drop him down, but the scrap time will go the way of PV, and the rotational spawns should be won over. And I say should be won over. There we go. Attempt wins a big gunfight in the back line of P4, and well, we all know what happened last time out on P4. A full 60 hold for the Eclipse side. Can they do it again? Really drive the nail in deep. Fantastic pinch here from Mexis. Beautiful work. He gets the double. Nova and last man standing. He's then dealt with as well. Round the back we go, and Royalty will be picked off at ease there. It will allow Johnny to sneak in through the back line. There's 30 seconds left on this hill. My God, the PV need all of it. Next man in will be Stabsy. Spawn flip is in. And if you can hold the last 20, you'll be going towards that P5 area around 10 to 15 down, but the break back is immediate and responsive from the side in red, and well, they do break that 200-point barrier before we go over to that P5 area for the second time here. Oh, that's a lovely double from Arnie to really break open this P5 area for his side. He might have to get a third here. He might have to go really big. He's going to play it down and hope that the reinforcements from his sides are enough. But look who's on the pinch. It's Royalty. And he's picking them all off left and right. Hasn't got the read on the spores. Now he has. He turns back around. Turn and face. Fight the fight. And try and get that scoreboard back level as we enter that round 3 of rotations, which we are guaranteed now. Johnny 2 in the midfield. Novawin is trying to be ready to help out his teammate. Stabs it on the point. He goes 3 to the good. That's about as much as he could have done there. But the respawning men of Eclipse, quick to the job. Galaxis is having a fantastic showing here in game number 1, as is Royalty, but kills on all that matters. And you do feel like PV are really outslaying their opponents here, but they don't have the lead. Vivish is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome! Royalty gets himself number 35. He will be immediately traded, but 35 kills. An absolutely fantastic achievement. Get on the time, Johnny. Never mind, 3 in a row, he says. I want more kills. But all this grey time does not suit PV. Far too long on the grey hill here. They've had all the kills in the feed and nobody still. Finally, Johnny gets on. Was going to go nuts there. Finally. That was like 15 seconds of uncontested hill time for no reason. They could have been all but level. Now the scrap time's going to go to the way of the red side. Eclipse, well, they're just doing it. They're getting themselves on the hill where it's needed. And without a phenomenal P2 hold here, PV could lose the game. Really questionable moments there from PV, who are now losing all the gunfights early on the P2 hill. And it's all gone wrong at the very end of the game. Another trophy comes out that'll stop any throwables. Royalty in through the back. Little bit of a chance here with 9 seconds to go. Can PV break in? It doesn't seem like they can. 1 kill goes the way of Nova when Mexis get the trade. The last man picked off as well. And, well, a phenomenal game number 1. But, unfortunately, Eclipse doing the business. Getting themselves on the hill when it was necessary. And holding it very well at times also. But I feel like the 10 to 15 seconds that were lost by PV on P1 there, criminal work. They could have got themselves a victory had they just stood on the time. Yeah, I mean, look at that. 40, 70, 95, call it 125 to 30, 60... 135, you took in maybe a 20 kill difference there? And PV lose? Not a good look, is what I'll say to that one. Back to the maps we go to confirm Avently Eclipse's Game 1 win. It's a very, very good game by both sides, but yeah, like I said, I feel like a couple of questionable moments from PV, who definitely dominated the kills department, ultimately cost them the game. Breaks from the Eclipse side, especially that last one on P2, very swift. And once they did break in, they did a very good job of holding it. We saw them do it just before the P4 hill popped on the round 1 of rotations when they were like 60 points down as well, by the way. If they'd not won those gunfights and PV had got themselves in on the time, they could have found themselves nearly 100 down. But they got themselves in on it. They won the gunfights, they held it down for a full 60, and they were right back in the game before PV had even got to 100. Fantastic work from Eclipse in Game 1. And Mexis right at the forefront of all of that. Eagle was getting 2 pieces left and right, and then Attempt was filling in the pieces as and where was necessary. Arnie we saw right at the very end on that P5 hill as well, with a big, big double to get his side in a position to win the game. So we'll look towards Den Search and Destroy for game number 2, and it'll be PV who are looking to respond. They've definitely got the the killing department locked down? Can they just lock in, get their comms on point, work together as a team to take down Eclipse in game number 2? Because I tell you, if Eclipse get themselves a win in game 2, the momentum drive that they'll have from that, with the onlook of a potential 3-0 victory, would be absolutely wild. So it's going to be a very tentative game number 2, this one, but we'll see who's got the ice when we get there. I'll be back in a minute when game 2 does indeed begin, ladies and gents. If you want to throw us a score prediction in the chat, feel free, why not? Arnie Cod has followed as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do appreciate it, man. Our player from the Eclipse team. And yeah, like I said, it was a very good team performance from Eclipse. There was nobody miles away in the kills department. Don't get me wrong, Mexes was at the forefront of it. He had around 30, but I believe Royalty nearly got 40. So Royalty's 10 kills ahead of the rest of the lobby, and PV still haven't managed to get a win. It shows that the teamwork from Eclipse was definitely more coordinated, and, well, they just stood on the hill for longer. That is the name of the game. Game number 2, everybody, is already upon us. Here we go. So it'll be PV on offense for... What was that? Oh my god, I've never seen a worse grenade in my life. I think I've seen team nades better than that one. My god. Anyway, moving on. Royalty picked off by Eagle, who slides into the shed. He'll be then traded. Oh, I'm on all kinds of buttons here. There we go. Now we're back in the game. Very... Oh, he goes for the wall bang. That would have been something special. Will be able to pick off the player in the end as well. Very well done by Arnie there, who realises there is a PV member in the corner lurking around, and no one will take a little bit of lead from the midfield as well. Can PV retrieve the bomb and potentially pick up a kill? Arnie slipping around the outside. Doesn't show face though. Now he chows. Beautiful work. Again, the teamwork showing on display from Eclipse there. Arnie making sure to shoulder the corner, wait for his teammate inside to start shooting. No one turns for a split second. Arnie chows out. Round over. A very strong round number 1 for Eclipse, who really, really do have the wind in their sails right now. Have a look at this. Look at the minimap, ladies and gentlemen. A 4-man stack towards that A-bomb site. Novuan is going to run into a potential mob here. Sees everybody. He's had to back down. Stabsy will come inside. He gets kill number 1. Immediately traded. And again, a 3v3 scenario to ensue. Eagle picks off the kill after the grenade lands, and again, numbers favour the Eclipse squadron. They haven't managed to get the bomb down, which is about the biggest thing for PV here. Johnny wins a big one in the back line. They have managed to snatch the bomb and run. How quick will it be until PV notice that the bomb has gone? That's the question. Will Royalty check it? Already, you can see the minimap that the team in red have already started now to plant the bomb, which is really swift moving. PV haven't gone anywhere. They're willing to just wait, and now they're going to be like, huh? Yeah, there you go. There you go. They've managed to pick up the bomb and run away with it. I believe PV were willing to just play for this 2 versus 2 retake. They're looking to send Royalty all the way through into the back spawn of Eclipse here. Now, I tell you, I like the position of a temp. This position is fantastic. Will he be caught out, though? He's got both men on him. He absolutely slams Royalty, and his teammates now going to have to come and save him. Johnny will get the trade on one. He's not going to be quick enough for the bomb, though. And he gets dropped as well. 2-0 from Eclipse. And again, like I said, I really like that position out of a 10. As far into that back corner as you could possibly be, and well, he spotted out both PV members, and Mexis did a great job of playing the clock and also picking up the kill as well. 3 in a row to start off for Mexis, who was very, very dangerous in game number 1, and he's proven his worth here again in game number 2. Now it'll be PV's turn to 4-man stack this rooftops area. There'll be a lot of grenades going in. Johnny will be in charge of watching the back line. He's already given it up. He's also in charge of the bomb. The smoke goes down. It's going to be a 4v4 retake. A lot of throwables could be used here, and the men are in. Stabsy will get one from the window. Johnny's picked off as well, down to a 3v3. Oh, Royalty with a lot of damage into both men. He does pick up 1 kill. The next man's on looking towards him, and Nova One has his back covered. Surely it's a round in the bag for PV now. Indeed it is. 2-1, and PV needed that round before things started to get a little bit wonky on the scoreboard. 3-0s where people start looking at you funny. Great shots from Royalty again there. I mean, Nova One definitely had it covered if he didn't, but you've got to admire the shots to rip the man off the bomb heady. Very well done. Do believe he was weak as well, but still, you have to make them land. So PV get one in response. Can they get another? And if they can tie a couple of back-to-back rounds here, potentially go on from there and take the lead. This rush on towards the man in the top window is absolutely beautiful. We've seen it done in the CDL. We're seeing it replicated here. Eagle picks up a 2-piece to start off the round, and PV are in all sorts of trouble here in round number 4. 4v2 scenario for the Eclipse squad, and they're now calling that bomb carrier forward in Mexis, who's going to run in full control. Look at the 4 arrows around that A-bomb site. And you've got Eagle. He turns just at the wrong time. I tell you what, Royalty's going to get in. He gets himself 2, and he manages to get out. Johnny's been picked off, and then Royalty be traded. Royalty had a big chance there, I tell you. He did as much as he possibly could, but my God, if he'd won that 3rd gunfight and potentially gone on to got the ace. Ooh. But again, it's Arnie, who's been ever so reliable for his side at the start. Well, I say at the start, we're now entering that middle game scenario. 3-1, but yet the opening salvo of Search and Destroy. Arnie has been very, very confident. He's been helping his team out massively. 4-2 to begin things off. Let's see what he gets up to in this one as well. He's already got a little bit of information onto the man in the midfield. Royalty will be the man to ascertain first blood for his side. And now the bomb can go down pretty darn quickly for the side in blue. And there we go. 4 versus 3 is on. Nova One spots out his subject, but he misses all his shots. 1 and 4. Oh no, Nova One, this is really bad. The 4v3 may come to fruition, and I believe if it does, that this Search and Destroy may well be over. A bit of damage into Johnny. The nade might land as well. Doesn't. Johnny somehow manages to get 1 kill, and Stabsy should be ready to get the 2nd. PV do clean it up after a bit of a hairy, scary moment from Nova One in the midfield. I feel like the situation with Nova One there. I feel like he just thought that the guy wasn't going to look at him, and then when he did, he just went, oh! And kind of panicked a little bit. Like, he should have just flattened him. Never mind. like I said, Stabsy and Johnny will have to switch to everyone's POV because I don't like the boxes being like a lot Arnie out with the trophy system, but it's a trophy system that can be easily shot out. Stabsy absolutely wigs someone across the P1 area, and now again numbers favouring the PV side. Novawin has slipped in through the back line. Will he check this close left corner behind the pillar? Did you see him, Novawin? I don't think he did. Eagle spots him out. Now Novawin gets a bit of damage in. How's Eagle won that? I didn't think to stab his POV quick enough. Thankfully, Novawin will get another, and we're down to a 2v2, but I feel like there was a definite, or should have been a definite chance for a 3 to 4 versus 1 scenario. Instead, we're down at a 2v2, and you do feel if Eclipse can bag themselves a win here and reopen that 2-win cushion, that it really might start to feel like a bit of a tall order for PV. Royalty gets a big one though, and Johnny knows where the last man is as well. He's got Arnie locked in, and Arnie swings about a nautical mile from the pillar and gets absolutely deleted. I mean, I don't know why he didn't try and just shoot over the top of the pillar. The likelihood is he probably wasn't going to come out on top, but you know, you definitely ain't going to win a gunfight if you're in no man's land. PV tie up, game number 2 at 3 rounds apiece. Anybody's game from here. So, the opening few rounds that definitely felt like they were dominated by Eclipse have been responded to very well in the mid-game scenario by PV. And now PV are once again looking to 4-man stack this A-bomb site. Oh, I thought Stabsy was off the map there. Is anybody gonna spot out Eagle? That's the question. If Eagle's just allowed to do a full wrap around the back of the map, and if he picks off anyone here, it'll be, well, he's got an absolute freebie. Nobody's looking. Eagle goes round the back. He's good for 2. He's damaging to the 3rd, and that'll be the round. Terrible defensive watch from PV's behalf. You saw it coming a mile off on the minimap. And Eclipse retake their lead, and rightly so. Rightly so, that round was not so good. Swift push towards B now. Look at everybody on running the point. 2 men very, very close up toward the tin area. Will be Mexies on the outside who can now jump inside, and he's got an absolute freebie onto Royalty. 3v2. Stabsy, I believe he can't see through the smoke there, and there you go. Stabsy and Novawin pair up with the ARs, the M15. This is a lovely little spot, isn't it? This might be a match point spot if he can get the timing right. Gets 1, can't get the second. Trade comes in, 1v1. Who's got the gunny is the question. He's going to run off now, Stabs. And now he's going to kill you. No way. Yeah. No way. I feel like Stabsy's only real choice there was to literally W key towards a temp who does the right thing, shoulders the corner, makes sure not to lose his life, and with the timer ticking down, really left Stabsy with not much he could do. The score is 1-0 for Avently Eclipse, who are currently 5-3 up in game number 2, so looking to get themselves on match point after 2, which would be a fantastic achievement considering that they are 1-4 currently in the league standings. That's 1 win and 4 losses. First blood the way of PV. Novo's opting for the sniper, but he can't make the hit land, and now he's going to have to see if he can figure out the backline where Attempt is attempting to break through from. Royalty will get himself another one. He's been absolutely sublime for PV so far today. Does a bit more damage to the third as well. I'll tell you what, Royalty could be on for an ace here if they allow it. Attempt will win one gunfight. That's a sniper rifle down for PV. Johnny shoulders the corner and in comes Stabsy, and I thought they were going to send in the man of the hour for PV today. I mean, he does deserve it. Stabsy will slide on in, he makes sure to pick up the kill and clean up the round, and, well, PV one away from taking this the distance. Do you reckon they can do it? Round number 10, ladies and gentlemen, and right through the midfield go the red mob yet again. And I tell you what, if they were a little bit quicker, Stabsy spotting him out here. He knows that this is an A bomb site push now. He's got a man trapped in the corner. Use your nade, Stabsy! What are you doing? Johnny slides in, gets absolutely dropped. Royalty will get the trade. He's now on 4 in a row. Make it 5. Look at him go. Stabsy, the last man standing. He has to win a 2v1, make it a 1v1, and he gets the first nice and easy. How is your timing? No, he's let him know. He's let him know. Well, Stabsy, has he been told that the bomb is down there? Did Mexi spot him? I think he did. I think he did. How's the timing? Dead. 6-4, 2-0. Avently Eclipse in pole position to seal the deal here. Brilliant job from Eclipse yet again. You know, both games have been very, very well thought out by both sides, but it just feels like Eclipse as a squadron sort of have that little edge as a team as a whole. There's no one player who's just like outrageously doing things, whereas like when you look at the other side on PV, Royalty really is sticking his neck out and doing quite a lot of work. Johnny's doing a bit here. Novoan seemed to really struggle in that one. I think he finished like 2 and 9. Yeah, so a bit of a bad day at the office so far from PV. They've definitely got the ability to turn this round and take this now to game 5, which is where they'll be looking towards. It all starts with a win in game number 3, which is definitely possible. It's just, can they get those little bits of teamwork to gel at the right moment in this game number 3 to give them some momentum for the rest of the series? It's not over yet, but Eclipse are looking good. Can PV respond to the 2 opening wins of Avently? Game number 3, Den Overload, begins now, and PV need to find a response. I said I feel like they definitely should have won game 1. I feel like they were the better team, definitely in the slaying department, but game number 2, the teamwork was really on show from the team in red, and here comes the pinch round the back. Sorry, I'm pressing the wrong buttons yet again. Now we are back in action. Overload becoming a rather popular game mode as well between all of the fans, and Johnny will go through the midfield and go good for 2. Mexis will get 1 in response. Johnny gets a 3rd, and now we'll be able to push for the respawners as well. SMG in hand. Can he get the job done? A little bit slow to the punch on Arnie there. And then Stabsy will be taken down at ease by Eagle. It was a bit of a 2v4. It had to be quick gunfights, 1 for PV. Ooh. Wow, Arnie. Wow. I like that out of you. Good headshots on the rip. Not the same can be said for Stabsy. Mexis gets another, but Johnny already lying in wait to pick him off. Will we be going for the bomb reset? Indeed, there we go. And already through the back line is Eagle. I believe he may have been trying to look for a... Oh, Royalty's shooting everybody. Anything that moves, put bullets in it. Bomb picked up by Attempt. Maybe the wrong person to pick up the bomb there. He should have maybe gone for the kill onto Stabsy. Eagle will then be the next man in. It's a 3-man push through the couches area. Gunfights have to go the way of blue, and they're not right now. Finally, somebody picks off the bomb carrier. Again, we now go the other way. It's a very back and forth one. This is what I love about Overload. The game mode is so back and forth. Any moment it feels like a team can progress on in. Will anybody pick up this route from Arnie? Can he get the job done? He's going to have to try and break his way in. He can't do it. PV is stopped right on the goal line by Eagle. Eagle then wins another big fight onto Stabsy, and the reinforcements have arrived to get the bomb away. Woo! Good rips by Stabsy there, and good help by Novawin to get the next as well. A bit of a stalemate on the P3 area as everybody goes challenge on in. Johnny picked off. Royalty will be ready as ever to pick up the trade. Novawin's picked up a very nice area here. He'll make sure to pick up 1. Will he be able to get the 2nd? Yes, he will. PV have a chance, but they don't win any of the gunfights at P3. Oh, Arnie, you're never winning that one, mate. That was a terrible chal. PV with all the control into the back spawn, and that should be 1-0. Indeed, it is. A double kill coming from Army Semtex just a second too late, and over towards the rooftops area of P2 we go. 3 clean in the feed for PV, who might be able to get 2 quick goals back to back here. Novawin with some big shots across the P4 area. It's got to be 2-0. Another kill going the way of PV as well, and they're now dominating here in the first half. Such a turn of events. It was a big stalemate, but as soon as PV got 1, they were very swift to get the 2nd. I'll tell you what, it might be goals galore right here as Attempt runs on through and gets 1 in response. And, well, for all PV's hard work of getting the first 2, they let 1 slip back far too easily. Again, a butt of heads across the P1 area. Nobody has mid-cut covered. Novawin laying down the law from the side street, and he'll now move up. He gets a bit of damage into Attempt. I keep calling him Attempt instead of Attempt. It's a little bit difficult. Can PV potentially close out the half with another one? And I don't think they're going to be able to. Johnny will get the bomb. Novawin's gone through the back and got the kill though. 3-1. Unbelievable. I didn't think that PVR must have missed him on the minimap or something, and then they get 3 clean in the feed, a lot of damage, make it 4, and that'll be the half-time whistle at 3-1 to PV. Oh, they've managed to pick it up again, and they might get another one here. They've done it. It's 4-1. Both times they get a point up on the board. They get back-to-back points. Very clinical from PV in the first half. Can they keep it up? Definitely look more together as a unit in that game. I mean, obviously, Overload forces you to play together as a unit. It actually is really good for working on your teamwork. If you are struggling with hearing your teammates' comms, playing together and things like that, go and scrim a ton of Overload. It forces you to play together in tandem with one another to force a win, and PV have now started doing that, and you can see it in the scoreline. You can see it in the kills department. The temp is 6 and 17, and Stabsy's wigging people across the map. Look at this movement. Royalty's already in there. He's doing a lot of damage. Stabsy might be able to break through. He can't quite get the job done. There will be one man left in the back line. Johnny will pick him up, but Eagle on the pinch just about gets the kill. Stun doing its damage there. I tell you what, if the Stabsy's quick and savvy, never mind. No, he's not. He's stood there like a statue. I was just about to say, if he's quick and savvy to notice that this bomb has moved, he may be able to pick up a kill in the couches area and potentially get a free joust towards the enemy side of the map. Instead, they will clean it up over the rooftops area, and it'll get a little bit scrappy here once again as everybody sort of tees off on each other right now. Novawan opting to not play the bomb, but he's picked off anyway. He was the only man left there, and that'll be PV who look upon themselves for defense, and already defense achieved 2 in the feed. Teams cancelling each other out rather well right now. Really back and forth in terms of the kills department. PV get the next point or goal on the board. You do think it may be hurrah, hurrah for game number 3. Don't want to call it too early, but in the other instance, if Eclipse can get themselves the next point on the board, we could be potentially looking at a fantastic comeback opportunity. A goal's needed rather soon though, and PV have the current control of the EMP device. Never mind, it's been dropped. Eagle dropped, Novawan responding. You see the back and forth once again between the 2 sides. Couple for the red side, a couple for the blue side. Here we go, Johnny with 2 in the feed. He's now 24 and 13. He's flying here in game number 3, and he's picked off from behind by Eagle, who's always there on the pinch, isn't he? He's just always there. Stabsy breaks his camera, I love it. He will be immediately traded, and then Novawan's picked off as well. He didn't even manage to take 1 down with him. Johnny will then get 2, can't get the 3rd, and again it's Eagle stopping PV right in their tracks. This is a good opportunity though. There's a man over in P2 on the minimap. I don't know why he's took such a long route to go and defend this B site. Oh, and he'll get 2 with the nade, and Mexi's just, I keep calling him Meeksies. You know Mr. Meeseeks from my god, I can't remember the program's name now. I've gone completely blank. But you know who it is. If anybody knows who Mr. Meeseeks is, then yeah. Away to B we go once again, and Johnny gets another kill. He's 27, make it 28. Love to see it. Ooh, I thought he might get the next one. I mean, you've got to give it to Eagle the credit he deserves. He's really been ready to pick up that last man of PV in the back line. PV may have an opportunity to Steve come through here, but the wallbang comes on in. Novawan will get the next one. He's gone 4 in a row to make it 5-1, and that'll be game 3 over and done with. There's no way they're getting 4 in a minute's time. If they do, well, I'll stop streaming. Yeah, kills all being cleaned up again. PV are gonna score once, and then they're gonna score twice every single time. That's 3 in a row where they've scored back-to-back points. And I tell you what, if you can really chain that together like PV have done, you're going to be a very, very difficult team to contend with in Overload. Beautiful work in game number 3. Finally making ends meet and making the team work and connect. Attempt and Arnie really have been shut down here in this one. And a 7th goal, I think it might have been, the timer may have eluded that 7th goal. Indeed it did, but a 7th goal was definitely going to happen there. Everyone was dead, nobody was even close, and well, Novuin, after a bit of a torrid time in game number 2, gives us all his best play in game number 3, gets his side the victory, and well, the reverse sweep .com is definitely going to be used now. Johnny's alive and kicking, 32 and 18 with 9 assists as well. 25 non-traded kills for both Johnny and Novuin in that one. A much, much better and much, much more normal looking PV side. That's what we're used to. That's more what we're used to. Games 1 and 2, they looked like they weren't even awake yet. I mean, I'll take Royalty out the equation, but even Johnny was a little bit slow off to the races today, but in game number 3 he was absolutely flying. Can PV rally and take this all the way? Back to the match we go to confirm win in game number 3, and I'll be back in just a moment when game number 4 starts. I'm going to go and get myself a drink. Right, we're back. I do apologise, but was in desperate need of a drink, and PV have managed to start the thought process of the reverse sweep with a fantastic performance in game number 3. Huge turnaround from games 1 and 2. Like I said, game 1 was close, but it was the team aura, the team connection that felt like it was missing, but that was right back there in game number 3. Exactly what we're used to seeing from this side. And now they can look at game number 4. In game number 4, I am going to alert to the fact that it'll be a real test for the assault rifles on the side of PV. Stabsy and Novuin are really going to have to be shooting straight here. They're going to have to open up the lanes for their SMGs to push on through. Game number 4, Scar Hardpoint is about to begin. Can PV send us all the way and potentially do the reverse sweep, or will it be shut down for Eclipse? PV will be in red this time around. Here we go. Eagle straight through P2, immediately snuffed out by Johnny TV. A few back and forths in the kill feed, ultimately favouring the PV side. Spawns blocked, shouts, Stabsy through P2. is Eagle. I tell you what, Eagle's always finding his way in through the back line of the enemy side. It might be good for 3 here. Indeed he is. That's a beautiful move from Eagle through P2 there. Yeah, you can't just run into the shop like that when Royalty's looking. You saw him on the way past. You should have stalled the moment. Looking towards P2 and Johnny in round the back to help out Royalty. Fantastic again there. Mexes is still yet to get a kill. Over a minute's gone by and he's not found himself one on the scoreboard, and he might get dropped again here. Never mind, he picks up no one instead in the mid-cut area. I was going to say, how hasn't Johnny seen him? But finally he turns around, gets the kill, and PV will still have full control of P2. Stabsy's getting himself more and more kills from the top rafters area. And another, why not? Might get one with the pistol. How about that from Stabsy? Stabsy Wick, ladies and gentlemen. That was insane. Every bullet hit that man between the eyes, I'm telling you. Every single one of them. P3 rotations now being thought about by our sides. A temp will be there early on. He'll get a quick and early kill. Nades going across the back line, but the pinch in from PV, and they will have the initial time on P3. The plane area. Royalty there, he gets another one. That's 3 clean in the feed for the PV side, and the last man to look for will be Eagle, and again he slipped through and managed to find a kill. He's unbelievable at doing this. His timing seems to be very, very good. Now it's Arnie's turn to do it. He's managed to pick up 2. Can he get a 3rd? Surely he gets the job done. No, he can't. Johnny puts him away. Royalty with a big 2 on the hill as well. Now that'll allow PV a chance to flood on through that P3 area, straight down the plane side. Every kill going the way of Team Red right now. Again, Royalty on the time. He's 15 and 7 by the time we reach P4. Unbelievable. We might get a few more here as well. There's one. Have a bit of that. There's a second. Oh my god, he lands bullets on the 3rd as well. Job done for Royalty. He couldn't have asked much more from him. Johnny will get one at the front door, and the last man will be Eagle. Again, he's managed to find his way through, though. He's so good at this. Again, he'll take a kill with him before he's found out by Royalty and Johnny, who then get 3 in the feed. And well, the scoreline's starting to get a little bit ugly. PVR running away with it. The breaks of game number 1 are not happening the same in game number 4, and PV are really starting to feel themselves here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do for a little while, guys. We're just going to have to stick around and see what Royalty's up to. My god, is he frying. 22 and 8, 5 in a row. He's also got 45 seconds on the hill. What more do you want? Flow state achieved by Royalty. PV get the break with 40 seconds or so. The immediate break back is in. We've given Royalty enough credit now. We can carry on with the game. See if he does any more madness before this one's over. There's still a long way to go in this game as well. That's why it's really, really out there as to just how well he's doing in the kills department. But this hold is absolutely massive for the Eclipse squad, who went down quite a bad amount early. And within, call it a full hill now, to 1 big hold. Maybe you look towards P2 for potentially doing that. Oh, big double there by Eagle. It won't get the next, but he's kept his side with a chance of being able to stand upon that hill. Stabsy Trying to get a bit of damage down, but gets shot in the back. The double team comes in, and then a 3 clean in the feed for the PV side will break P1 wide open and re-extend their lead at the top of the board somewhat more. Big double from Mexizu. Can get the break, and thankfully it was very swift. I thought that PV were going to really drive the points up at the top of the screen. Mexi's again good for 2. We've got Arnie locking down the P1 area. He's now going to have to run away and play his life. Mexi's found 5 in a row. He's now cooking. Stabsy put down as well. Oh, he can't quite drop on the PV player there that was on the way in. He does get the second before being taken out. Carnage on P2 here. I can't keep up. Everybody going blow for blow in the feed, and a lot of white time, which only favours the side in the lead of P, which is PV. They stand upon the hill once more, and they notice those spawns very quickly indeed. Royalty's now 29 and 15. He's over at P3, ready and waiting. The last man will be Mexi's. He's playing around in this shop area. He's got 2 surely dead to rights here. Oh no. Oh no! Mexi's fumbles at the final hurdle. Stabsy will get himself yet another kill, and PV have control at the moment of P3, but they've let it slip. Royalty, oh my god, is he shooting? 5 in a row again for this man. He's now clocked up a minute of hill time as well. This could end at P4 if PV win their rotations. Novawin goes out through the midfield, maybe oversteps his mark a touch, but Stabsy's already thinking about the deep block for new. 25 seconds, Stabsy's made his way over. He's got a kill for his efforts as well. This is fundamental COD at its best from Stabsy here, as Royalty carries on frying absolutely everybody to go 9 in a row in that life. I feel like I just want to watch Royalty's POV, and, well, maybe I should have. I'll tell you what. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think for the final 30, we're giving it all to Royalty. This is an incredible performance. Like I said, he's been PV's best player today by a margin, and, well, there you go. 40 on the board for Royalty. Oh my god, everyone is just down his irons when he's got the read on the spawns as well. Still takes another one with him. Oh, we're going to go back there when he respawns in. Over to P5 we go to close out what should be the game, barring any sort of ridiculous maneuvers. We are seeing Game 5. PV have turned on the style. Boom! Royalty gets them all with the missile. How about that to top off an unbelievable game for Royalty? Don't get me wrong, PV again as a team was so much better, but that guy just found flow state from beginning to end of that game. He was non-stop throughout. Picking up kills left and right, picking up hills time as and where necessary. A minute and 50, 4,500 damage, 46 and 19, 32 non-traded kills. Read 'em and weep. Royalty. Wow. What a turnaround. What a turnaround. Jesus. An incredible performance in game number 4 sees us go the distance, and, well, the momentum that Avently Eclipse had after winning games 1 and 2 has dissipated into the ether as PV have taken us to game 5 with 2 dominant performances back to back. Insane work. I mean, even in games 1 and 2, the aforementioned player of the game, Royalty, was absolutely fantastic. In games 3 and 4, I mean, game 3 was a little bit quieter, in fairness. Johnny ran the show in game 3, but PV as a whole, very, very tired, or whatever you want to call it, not quite at the races as the series started, but they've awoken, they are alive, and my god, they have turned it around. We're going to see Raid, Search and Destroy in game number 5. You've got to remember, Eclipse, again, I want to give them their props. They were excellent in game number 2. Their teamwork on full display for everyone to see. Getting it down, getting the bomb worked around the map. Can they do it again in game 5 when it really matters is the big question. PV are on an absolute tear right now. They really stepped it up a gear, and it's shown in the last 2 games. It really has. Games 1 and 2, well, game 2 wasn't that close, but game 1 was very close. Games 3 and 4 were just dominated from PV. Obviously, game 3 took a while to get the first point on the board, but once they got one, they got the second, and every time they scored a point, they doubled them up, and now they are in the driving position to go ahead and win this series. Game number 5, Raid, Search and Destroy, ladies and gents, is upon us. Back in blue for this one. Offense first for PV. A few nades being thrown out, but nothing really landing, and there is potential for the bomb to go down here. Indeed it may. Mexis has sort of slipped through the midfield. PV have now got the bomb down and a bit of damage into everyone. Everyone's having gunfights on opposite sides of the map. Stabsy does the right thing and backs on down. Arnie will pick up the first kill, and now it's all going to fall apart for PV. I think Royalty will get one in the midfield, but the 3 men in red should be able to clean this up. Never mind, Royalty gets another one. Is he about to go nuclear again? Here he has. PV have somehow won a 2 versus 4, and Royalty gets 3 for the round. It's becoming the Royalty show, ladies and gentlemen. Give the man his crown jewels, because my, has he been the difference maker in my opinion. Insane. Swift move towards the A-bomb site. Royalty gets himself another one. Novawan pairs up for the second. Eagle finds his way through yet again in this series. He's good for 1. He's immediately traded, and that'll be round 2 over and done with. PV 2 to the good. Oh, nice turn and burn, Novawan. Nice turn and burn. I respect that. Criticised Novawan in his game number 2 for his scoreline, but now he's right back at his best. He's 4-0 to begin game 5, and PV really need to be shut down before this could get ugly. And struggling with a big moment needs to happen for the Eclipse side here. They need something to go in their favour. Again, PV get the bomb down pretty much uncontested. A couple of throw balls here and there, but nothing really landing. And then the PV and 2 big kills make it 3. Stabsy, Royalty, Novawan. Novawan's on 5 in a row, and the 4th man drops as well. The cleanest round of the 3, 3-0. Said it could get ugly, and that one got ugly. See how many Novawan can get in the bag. He's not too far off the Hellstorm. We'll see if he manages to get it in his back pocket before he's dropped. Only 3 rounds to go, and PV need to keep the heads down, not let themselves get too excited. Oh my god, speak! Guava, speak! It seems like they are sort of posturing up for a bit of a late stable defense here. The kitchen area being massively pressured by Arnie, but he runs into a mob. Somehow he takes one with him. Johnny at the trade. Oh, I was going to say, there ain't no way he wins that fight. Mexi's, well, he's picked off as well. I tell you what, the amount of damage that was done by Royalty allowed Novawan to pick up the kill quite a few seconds after the damage was done. Just before the health regen came in. Novawan's now on 6 in a row. Oh, well, surely you know toward where they are playing. Can Novawan go on and climb up and potentially surprise somebody here? 7 in a row. Hellstorm achieved. Make it 8. The nade lands. Sorry. I thought he was going to get credited with the kill. I thought he was going to go 8 in a row. I mean, he still might. But he's got the Hellstorm. Johnny's nade does the business. It's 4-0 and, well, dominance asserted. Oh, that was... well. How about that? And we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. Do believe the most I've seen in a row on Search and Destroy is 10. I'll try and say it quietly so no one doesn't hear me. But he has the potential to potentially have a Guava record on his hands if a couple of things do go his way in the next few rounds or so. Currently on 7 right now, and look at that peak from him. Love it. Doesn't need to get the 8th because Johnny manages to pick him across from across the map. Mexi's has snuck on through the midfield again. Johnny's got it covered. No, he doesn't. Novawan finally picked off, and we're down to a 2v2. The first chance, really, this game for the Eclipse side to get themselves one on the board. They've been pretty much shut down on all angles so far. A lot of damage being dealt, but 25 seconds left to go. Royalty gets himself another kill. 7 and 2. And well, you're going to climb through the window and not check that right corner. You're going to die. 5-0. Is it going to be a 6-0 whitewash in game number 5? PV will definitely want it. A reverse sweep is now needed in Search and Destroy of game 5 for the team who were 2-0 up in the start of the series. Attempt hasn't found himself a single kill in this 5th game. Can we start to see a turnaround? This is a very bold push all the way through Laundry. Oh, incoming Hellstorm. That is why everybody gonna dive in toward it. And here we come. Big curler into the window. Believe the trophy system did its job and managed to keep the men inside alive. But the nades will now all go in and everybody's dropping like flies. Last man, 6-0. Vapor get the job done, and get the job done in style. Royalty is by far the man of the match for the series. Nova winning Game 5 was absolutely sublime with 9-1. Turned around his Game 2 theatrics very, very well indeed. And Avently Eclipse go home empty-handed when they should have probably had a win. They'll feel like it's a throw. PV will feel like it's a great comeback. And, well, unreal stuff from PV, who, once they got that winning feeling in their back pockets, they really ran away with it, didn't they? From Game 3, 4 and 5, they were just so superior. Games 1 and 2, I definitely tip my hat to Eclipse. They were the better sides, but they couldn't keep up the good gunny from the first two, and it slipped away, and when it slipped off a cliff. Game 5 ice and Game 5 dominance from PV Galaxis, who take themselves a win home, just about a win home, but still, nonetheless, like I said. And yeah, Royalty. The Game 4 from Royalty was a very special watch. So, very well done to all. I'm going to go make myself some dinner, and I will catch you all very, very soon. Novaone's here in the chat as well. Well, Novaone, you woke up after game number 2, sir. Thankfully, you woke up before it was too late, and, well, you dominated thereafter. Very well done to you all. Yeah, I will see you all in the next one, guys. Well played to both teams, but PV come out on top.
Take a step to your left and get ready with your chest. Take a step to the right and get ready for the hype. Jump 2 steps back. Are you ready for the track? Keep on jumping on the spot and get ready for the drop. I tell them step to your left and get ready with your chest. Take a step to the right and get ready for the hype. Jump 2 steps back. Are you ready for the track? Keep on jumping on the spot and get ready for the drop. I tell them jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 and get ready for the drop. Keep on jumping on the spot and get ready for the drop.